What's going on, everyone? So guess what? Today we're going to be working on an older Harley Davidson. Like, it's actually a really pretty custom bike. We well, let me show you what we did a long time ago. So this was the bike when we did the seat originally, which was quite a few years ago. Since we did the bike, it's actually passed hands, and the new owner actually had called us up and shipped us the seat because he's not local and wanted us to push the seat forward 3 inches and also make him a custom cover for it, but also try to reuse the Old Crocodile that we had, which is always a challenge. I almost didn't want to do a video because I don't want everybody to be like, oh, let me regurgitate all of our old seats that we had and try to reuse the exotics and send it to us. When they're in good shape like this bike was, we are able to reuse them. Hopefully we could reuse it. We already did the back seat. I'll show you the back seat. So here's the back seat. We were actually able to reuse the Old Crocodile and do the inlay again and just wrap it with new leather. Our challenging part today is to actually take the front seat, push it forward 3 inches, change the foam, and then also reuse the existing Crocodile. It's gonna be really tough to do. Hopefully we could do it. We're gonna kind of like take it step by step, and fingers crossed we could get this done for the customer. You can see here, we got the seat foamed already. So we have a 3-inch push, so now you get a lot forward, so your feet are a little bit closer to the front controls. When you have the stretch controls, it's kind of tough if you have shorter legs. So this pushes you forward, you'll feel a lot more stable, has a little bit of a kick, so when you crack the throttle, you don't feel like you slide off. Now the challenging part is we have to take the old seat cover with this Crocodile, and I have to pull it all apart, and then we're gonna have to restitch this exact design. Usually when you do this, the Crocodile will actually be bigger, so you do all your stitch work, then you trim it out from the backside. Now we don't have that opportunity because we're trying to reuse this. It's gonna be really tough to do. One mess up and the whole thing's ruined. I'm just gonna cut all these threads out. Okay, so this is what the Old Crocodile looks like that we have to reuse. We're gonna have to go through, and if you can see here, everywhere we stitched, there's like a little bullet hole from the needle. We're gonna have to actually go just beyond that all the way around and try to make that pattern work. Okay, so I have the new patterns are all cut out, just like that. All the patterns are cut out. We're gonna do our inlay for the Croc. It's gonna take a little bit to actually get it really marked out perfectly so that when we go around and stitch it, we don't go beyond the holes or fall off the edge. So we're gonna do that now. With that 3-inch push, you can see the original Crocodile piece sticks up way higher. So what we're gonna end up doing is having to cut this in a different shape, and we'll try to keep this bottom shape to kind of flow with the way the seat was, but we'll just modify this tail section here and end up lining it. Let's see what it's gonna look like. Now we need to come in. Now I centered my Crocodile and I put a center line down the leather. So I'm gonna take this pattern. I'm using chalk because for some reason my space pens won't work on leather. So I'm gonna go through and take whatever side's closest to the center line, and that's gonna be our graphic, and then we'll transfer that to the other side. This will give us our point that we could stitch, then we could actually trim the backside off and have our design, if that makes any sense. So I'm gonna start doing this, and then we will trim it. Tell you what, this is really trying my patience. The chalk, it's so humid that the chalk just keeps breaking, and going over the bumpiness of the Crocodile keeps breaking it too and making the chalk wide. And I like to make a precision cut. That's why we like to usually use the pens, because they're right on the money. So when we use chalk, we sharpen it really, really sharp so that we get it. We're almost there. I'm just gonna dial in a few more things on this. One thing that people think, it was just kind of funny. So when you have Crocodile, especially real Crocodile, the print's not the same, it doesn't repeat. So you have a crazy different designs, and a lot of people like that, but it makes it difficult when you're doing a seat, because if the bumps are in different locations or the spine's curved or whatever, it really throws the seat off. One thing we have to do is try to make it as symmetrical as possible, and then make the pattern line up with our symmetry too. So I'm gonna fix this couple little spots here, then go sew it, and then we'll see how it looks. And now for the moment of truth, we're gonna cut out the, I'm gonna rough cut this first. See, Crocodile. We're gonna go through and we're gonna cut this really close to the edge. Hopefully we didn't hit any bullet holes, or miss any rather. All right, we got the Croc cut out. Now I'm gonna go through, I gotta finish patterning it and stitch all around the edges. and then we're gonna put it together and see how she looks. Hey, great news. Aside from me not dropping dead from heat exhaustion up here where it's 9,000 degrees, we were able to reuse the Crocodile. We're gonna go through, clean up the whole seat, and then put it together and let's see what it looks like. So all together, it's cleaned up, it's a little shiny, but we were able to reuse the Croc. We got the horn back in the back here, so you still got that used. And then we were able to reuse the front piece and put it in this new pattern, so it looks pretty good. Hopefully he loves it, and now he has like a brand new seat.